they're more bark than bite, and that's how I feel about the Cowboys. So why not have a better fresh start with with the LA Chargers and Justin Herbert and see if what you could do for them. Because even though the collapse in the AFC wildcard game against the Jags is definitely a DC problem, a defensive coordinator problem. I mean, come on, Joe Lombardi, you could have set the right plays to get them at least a field goal, so they won't lose the game. They'll just collapse, and the Jazz will come back, but they don't actually lose the game. Can you get them some points in the second half, but they won't lose the game? So yeah, understandable firing. Good hire for the Chargers. Good move for Kellen Moore. Oh man, injury status for Brock Purdy. Oh, looks like that hit by Riddick. That's his name, right? Riddick from the Eagles was a lot worse than expected. Looks like he has a tear in his UCL. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks, man. Surgery or no surgery, he could be out for 6 months. He'll be out for 6 months. There's so much training camp he's gonna miss, and and even if he does come back in within 6 months, which would be like the middle towards the end of summer, going towards preseason time. How much of himself is he gonna be? Is he gonna take basically the whole 6 months to heal? Now after you heal, you have to rehab it. You have to fully recover. Are you gonna be fully ready to play football in September? It don't seem like it. Seem like the Niners gonna have to get a good look at Trey Lance or go get yourself another quarterback. My vote is go get yourself another quarterback. You don't know how much. You don't know what to expect in Trey Lance. You only had him for like 2 games. He wasn't very impressive last year, which is why Jimmy G had the team for majority of last year. You try to give the team to Trey Lance. He gets hurt real fast. So what you do know is he'll be most likely he'll be 100% healthy by preseason or even by training camp. For the next season. But are you confident in Trey Lance enough to give him the keys of the team right away? I think it's about time to go see what the quarterbacks is available. Whatever quarterbacks is available, which is why which is why you need to go after Tom Brady. Tom Brady is go get especially now. Now it's even more than ever go get Tom Brady. Brock Purdy is out for half a year. It might take him 8 months to be 100% rehab and ready to go. He might not. He might not start in the beginning of the season anyway. He might not start till like October, maybe the end of September, maybe. Depends on how fast he rehabs. So it's about that time to go after Tom Brady real fast. You know what I mean? Because I don't know enough about Trey Lance to give him the keys, and I don't expect Brock Purdy to be ready to go at the time I need him to be ready to go. But yeah, that's the so that's the entry status for Brock Purdy. A tear in his UCL. That sucks. Um, a lot of credit for the kid that he was able to come back and finish the games when Josh Johnson went out. Remember, Josh Johnson went out with a concussion. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of bravery that he even threw those 2 passes, knowing not knowing, but understanding he has a tear in his elbow. But oh man, tough break for the kid though, man. One year in the NFL, and you got a tear in a ligament in your throwing hand. Like that's that sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. but he'll be back. He'll be back. He'll be back strong. He probably won't start in the beginning of the season of 2023, but he'll definitely be back. And I think he's a real deal. I don't think he's I don't think he got lucky for a whole year. I think I think he could play. No one didn't give him a chance to show he could play. When we finally got that chance, he exploded on the scene. Just like what I said about Jalen Hurts in yesterday's episode. He exploded on the scene, and he's going to continue to explode on the scene. I'm not saying he's an MVP candidate or future MVP or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he is better than what we expect him to be better, and I do believe he will be back. All right, man. A little NBA talk. Little NBA talk now. Um, well, let me. Last night's games, Monday night games. We got Lakers Nets. LeBron didn't play. AD didn't play. LeBron had soreness. I want to say his foot or his leg or his ankle. I'm not exactly sure, but lower body. His soreness basically. I was trying to see how he was going to look after Saturday's game. If you remember, it, they had a primetime game on Saturday against the Boston Celtics. He was going for a layup. He gets fouled. The ref was right under the play. Ref didn't call it. Obvious foul. They end up losing the game. Now Monday night, how you gonna look? How you gonna look for Monday night? They end up dropping another game to the Brooklyn Nets. These games are very, very valuable to the Lakers because even though they're like 13th place, they're only like 4 games out of like 8th place or 7th place, like 4 games. That's it. So every game really means something. But I honestly think they still emotionally hurt from the Saturday game. It was a big game, televised game, primetime game against the Boston Celtics. You know, big game, and referee really blown that call very very much. You know, I you know I heard what CJ McCollum said. The refs needs to be fine. Nah, I don't believe in that. The refs needs to be fine for bad calls. Nah, I think that's silly. But what needs to happen is I do think it needs to be more replays. And I understand why they're trying not to do so many replays because it's going to preload the game. Yes, but let's get the games right, especially a situation like that. Situation like that, replay that. Show us a foul or not. Obviously a foul. Let LeBron shoot the free throws. Games like that are too important. It's too important, to not get it right. I'm seeing I'm seeing LeBron going crazy in frustration. I'm seeing Jason Tatum putting his hands up in triumph, and my reaction is, what you putting your hands up for? You didn't block the shot. You didn't make a miss with your strong defense moves. Basically, you put your hands up and triumph, basically saying I got away with one. I don't want to see games win like that, especially big games, especially big time games. LeBron already feels like he don't get calls. Mostly because he's 260 something pounds, and they let a lot of things slide with LeBron. But when you right under the basket, and the defender hit him in the arm like that, going for a layup, come on, man, you gotta call that foul. So I think it needs to be more replay. That's why I think, to stop these type of calls from happening. But he got the soreness. They go against the Nets. No AD, no LeBron. Russell Westbrook had nearly another triple double, but wasn't enough. 121, 104, Brooklyn. Um, Magic and Celtics in the first quarter. The Celtics had a 21-point lead. They Everything was looking good. For the that's the Celtics. I meant the Sixers. I'm sorry, the 76ers. The 76ers versus the Orlando Magic. 21-point lead in the first quarter. Everything looking good for the 76ers. Joel B came up with 30 points, 11 rebounds. He had a good game. James Harden, decent game. No, not Shooting game was not so great, but 17 points, 8 rebounds, 66, whatever. I'll take it. As long as that's not my best player in the game, I'll take it. And that wasn't. The best player in the game was Joel B. You know, he 11 for 20, 11 for 20 for shooting. But somehow they collapsed. They collapsed. Orlando came back. Orlando ended up winning the game by 10 points, 119 to 109. Huge collapse for the 76ers. Hey, Philadelphia, man, if you're trying to make a case that you're top three best team in the East, you gotta finish those games off. You can't let bad teams like the Magic come back on you when you have a 21-point lead. That just can't happen. Um, Warriors and Thunder, record-breaking game for Steph Curry. Broke the team record for most field goals made. That was held by, of course, Wilt Chamberlain. Any record from the Warriors is basically going to be held by Wilt Chamberlain, except the 3-point record. 20 years from now, when we look at all the team records for the Warriors, we're going to see two names, Steph Curry and Wilt Chamberlain. That's that's for sure. They go against the Thunder, beat the Thunder 128 to 120. Steph Curry 38 points. 38 points, 12 for 20 shooting. Man, I just want to see Steph do great every time. Every time I just want to see him do. I just want to see him be great. It's something it's something about Steph Curry getting stats like that on games that winning games and breaking records and 38 points, 12 for 20 and shooting. Like, oh my God, the man's just so great. Um, last but not least, Dallas host Detroit. They beat Detroit 111 to 105 behind Luka, 53 points, 17 for 24 field goal shooting. Luka, first game back since his ankle injury. Luka, man, starting to really like this guy. He's really growing on me, man. I keep on talking about um Jokic, and I'll talk about Steph, and I'll even talk about LeBron, all the things LeBron is doing this season. But Luka's starting to really grow on me. He truly is. Truly is starting to grow on me. So yeah, just want to throw a little NBA in there. I haven't talked about NBA in a while. Just want to throw a little bit of NBA in there. We'll go ahead and close this episode out. Before I close this episode out, going back to the NFL, going back to the Super Bowl. There's a few storylines I like to discuss about the Super Bowl 57. The first thing that went through my mind, Super Bowl 57 was Andy Reid coached both teams, and Andy Reid got Philadelphia to the Super Bowl, where they fell short against Tom Brady, a Tom Brady team, a Tom Brady New England team. No shame in that. This basically old girlfriend meeting new girlfriend, and it's entertaining to think about. It's only the second time this happened in the Super Bowl that a coach former team is his opponent. Only the second time that happened. So that's the first thing went through my mind when I realized that the Eagles and the Chiefs on the Super Bowl. I'm like, oh man, these are two of Andy Reid's teams right here, right? And some things I didn't realize. I didn't realize that 3 players on the Eagles were drafted by Andy Reid. That's still there. I didn't realize that. 2 of those players is Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelsey. 2 of those players. So that's that's intriguing. That's intriguing to see. I draft you, and now you have a chance to stop me from getting another Super Bowl championship. When you look at the stats of greatest coaches of all time. Stats wise, of course, it's going to be Belichick because Belichick had Tom Brady. But I mean, I think I think